Hi there, my name's Will, and I am relatively new to Velomobilization, if that's what it's called, which it almost certainly isn't. One of the things that attracted me to the Velomobile, and I'm imagining that it's the sort of element of curiosity that gets pretty much everyone interested in Velos in the first place, is the speed that you can get up to in them. And I'm sure there's all sorts of science that can be studied that will tell you how much faster they are than a regular bike and the exact reasons behind that. You can look at the gearing, the drag coefficient, your ability to get power to the pedals, all of that sort of thing. Lots of science, and it'll probably give you some very accurate information and figures on how fast you can go in any given vehicle. So taking the entirely unscientific approach, I thought, well, I've got a bike, I've got a Trike, and now I've got a Velo. I wonder which one's the fastest. I know which one's the fastest, and it's exactly as I would hope it to be after having just spent quite a lot of money on a Velomobile. But I thought, as I say, unscientifically, I would try and figure it out by climbing on board each of them and just pedaling as quick as I can on the same stretch of track, seeing what the results were. So here I go. There's a little stretch of cycle track from Bitton to Bath in the southwest of England. I thought I'd try it off the roads, away from traffic. If I'm at all concentrating on speed, best to do it somewhere where there's no cars around. So jump on my bike. It's the brand of bike. It's a Revolution, which is the Edinburgh Cycle Co-op's own brand. It's I think what they call a cyclo-cross bike. So it sort of looks like a road bike, slightly bigger tyres. I enjoy cycling. Used to commute on a bicycle, but going fast on them I do find a bit of a chore. You're not really pedaling against anything. You can't put your back into it like you can on a recumbent, and I find it, you get aching balls and aching back. It's not a lot of fun for me. I know lots of people love going quick on bikes. So anyway, here I go on this stretch, trying to go as quick as I can. Now I'd got a Sony action cam with a GPS, and I'd hoped to do the overlay of the speed, but it was really out of sync when I filmed it on the bike. It's there on the Trike and on the Velo, but I haven't got it here. You can just about see my Garmin at the bottom of the screen occasionally there, and that gives a very accurate reading. So the reading I got off that on the bike, I peaked at 26.6 miles an hour. You may have seen it come up if you're very eagle-eyed. But that was a real peak. That was going as quick as I could, very briefly. It was just for a brief moment, and then to continue at about 20 miles an hour, I'm a middle-aged, overweight bloke, but I found that a bit of a struggle, to be honest with you. I normally cruise at about 15 on the bike. So let's jump on the Trike, and as I say, on a recumbent, you can really put your back into pedaling and go faster. So here I go down the same stretch of road. This is all on the same day. I did the bike, the Trike, and then the Velo yesterday afternoon. So I could argue that I'm slightly more worn out as it goes from machine to machine. It's about a 12-mile trip there and back home to change. So we've got the Sony overlay there, and taking the Garmin reading, I know I peaked on the Trike at 29 miles an hour, but unlike the bike, I could hold it in the mid-20s, certainly low 20s, without much of an effort or without hating doing it for quite a lot longer. So the Trike a little bit quicker than the bike, but certainly that comes with the ability to stick at that speed for a longer period of time. But the one I'm really interested in is, so what is it like on the Velo? So we jump on board. Again, the Sony GPS overlay I think was working. It was pretty much in sync. It may have been a little bit out of sync on that footage on the Trike, but certainly the Garmin peak speed was 29 on the Trike. So building up speed, same stretch of track. Now, unfortunately, this is it's July the 23rd when I did this. School holidays, one of the hottest days of the year, so it's quite a lot of kids on bikes and dog walkers and pram pushers and lots of people out there enjoying the benefits of the cycle track. They don't want some clumsy goon hurtling around in this thing, so I did have to sort of break my runs quite a bit. But anyway, where I peaked on the Velo, again according to the Garmin, was 32. But again, like the Trike, whilst that was my peak, I could hover around 25 for quite a long time. In fact, on this run I carried on all the way to Bath. It's about a 5-mile stretch of track from Bitton to Bath, and I carried on doing about 22, 23. I think I was averaging at. So what does this tell us? Where does this get me? It confirms pretty much what I would have expected all along, which is that I can go quicker on a Trike than I can on my bike, and I can go quicker on the Velo than I can on the Trike, which is what I would want the results to be. So I don't know, some sort of unconscious bias there, and I force myself to go quicker in one. But overall, for my money, it's much more fun going quickly on both the Trike and the Velo. It's easier, and it inspires you to go quicker. For me, it inspires me to go quicker because it's more comfortable. You've got that recumbent view of the world, which is no craned neck. You're looking straight ahead. It's easier to get power to the pedals, basically. And when you know that you're in a machine that is really, really fast, again, I think that really encourages you to go quickly. And in fact, I think you can see on here, perhaps it's not on this clip, but I did pass quite a few bikes, and not just kids on their bikes or pram pushers. This was some proper roadies out there. It was a very hot day yesterday, but there were a lot of guys on their bikes doing a fair sort of roadie speed. They're not racing or anything, but guys doing about sort of 20 miles an hour, and I think I sailed past 4 or 5 of them. Which is always quite pleasing. When I'm on my bicycle, I'm quite a slow cyclist. And I'm always getting passed by people. On most of my journeys, when I used to commute, my commute was about 18 miles, and I was passed, pretty much countless times. I was the guy being overtaken all the time. In the Velo, I overtake huge numbers of people, and not many people pass. When you're building up to speed, it takes a while. It takes a bit longer to get up to speed. You've got that slightly slower acceleration, but you just keep on accelerating long after I would peak out on a bike certainly. So anyway, like I say, not overly scientific. Certainly doesn't really prove anything, but it does help to demonstrate to me what I'd expected. And certainly, on a given day on my bike, my Trike, my Velo, I am quicker in the Velo. Now I could do another video of climbing a hill, and I think it would be a very, very, very different story. But for yesterday, that's where I was, and Velo is quicker. Alright, thanks for watching. Cheers, bye.